Good Wednesday morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well on this hump day, although it doesn't look too nice outside. It's looking unpleasant. Yet another day with gloomy skies ahead of us, but it won't last for too much longer. That's the good news. Taking a look right now at our sky cam in Bushland, you'll notice the cloud cover, the dreary conditions, even some misting going around, which is hard to see on radar. But overall, it's a unpleasant start to this Wednesday, and even taking a look down in Clarendon, where we've seen modest, some modest um, progress in terms of our visibility, but still not looking too good right now. Taking a look at our visibility across the board, Amarillo sitting at 4 miles, Dalhart down to 3, Borger, Perryton, that whole kind of northeast corner of the Panhandle, kind of sitting at 2 miles, even Childress with some hampered visibility at this hour. So give yourself a little extra time as you hit the roads this morning because visibility, again, is down. But it's not just the visibility. We're also noticing some rain on radar, mainly reserved for our Oklahoma Panhandle areas, including Boise City, just north of Guyman, kind of straddling the border with Kansas. And even over into Beaver County, you're seeing possibly some flashes of lightning and even some rumbles of thunder this morning as that heavy batch of rain continues to move east at this hour. Temperature is currently sitting in the 60s, 62 right now for Amarillo and Dumas, 64 for Tucumcari and Clovis, but the warmer spot 67 and 68 for Paducah and Childress this morning. Now, again, the good news is these dreary conditions won't last for much longer. As we head into this afternoon, we're expecting sun to make a return. Yes, I said the S word. The sun is making a return to the area. But first, again, we've got to get through these overcast and dreary conditions this morning. Temperatures cooler in the 60s. Will warm up nicely once that sun breaks through the clouds and the fog, and then we'll warm up nicely into the mid upper 80s, lower 90s across the area, closer to where we should be for this time of year. Timing out what this will look like, the model picking up on some isolated storms that might try and flare up later this afternoon and evening. So just keep an eye to the sky on that. I do think it's kind of slightly overdone, but again, it can't be ruled out entirely. Heading into this evening, we dry out, clearing out for Thursday morning rather. Temperatures cooler in the 60s as well. We have that cold front that's sweeping south, and with it, it'll take a little bit for our temperatures to be impacted, but we could have cooler temperatures than today, um, especially once we get that northeastern wind to kind of push in. That can impact our temperatures. As we head into Thursday evening, can't rule out some isolated storm development, but overall, pretty quiet overall. Heading into Friday morning, we could be dealing with some moisture trying to seep its way into the area as we kick off our Friday morning commute once again. Heading into Friday evening, we could have temperatures slightly cooler on Friday once again, thanks to that cold front coming south. But in addition, we could have some storms try and flare up Friday evening. So if you are traveling, have any Labor Day plans, just keep in mind it could be a wet one to kick it off. We're not seeing much in terms of severe weather, just general thunderstorms to be expected. In addition, our flood threat is going to be highest, although it is low, for portions of northern Union County as well as the Oklahoma panhandles at large. Now, taking a look at our precipitation outlook from the Climate Prediction Center, we are noticing above average, above normal rainfall to be expected as we head into September. Can't believe we finished August already. Heading into September, um, and most of this is going to be due to some monsoonal moisture kind of making its way. We have this high pressure that's kind of been lingering in the southwest, that's pumping in some moisture to portions of the western area of the country, but we could have some storms that try and make their way into our area. We'll see what happens with that, but we're going to pair those wetter than average conditions with cooler than normal temperatures. Yes, if you're a person who's in love with summer, that's not to say we're expecting, 60-degree temperatures. No, but that will mean that overall, taking a look at our forecast, we will be cooler than average, and our typical high temperature is going to be around 89 for this time of year. So definitely on a cooling and wetter trend. How much rain could we be picking up over the next couple of days? Well, the Weather Prediction Center indicating general half inch to up to nearly 2 to 3 inches of rain possible, but we'll continue to monitor that rain threat as we get closer. Taking a look at your 7-day tracker, milder conditions both for today and tomorrow, although that cold front does kick through. While I have us at 87 degrees, Wouldn't be shocked to see that come down just a little bit, especially if that northerly breeze kicks in a little bit earlier in the afternoon. So we'll keep an eye on that. Rain chances are going to peak over the weekend just in time for Labor Day weekend. So we'll keep an eye on that. But Monday itself for Labor Day at this point in time does seem to be dry, but we have some low confidence in that. We'll keep an eye on what our models are saying and what the forecast calls for. So I hope you all take care, drive safe, practice those safe driving habits this morning as we are contending with the fog. But I hope you all will join us for our midday show if possible. If not, stay tuned for updates from Matthew later this evening around 5 o'clock.